Lemon v. Kurtzman, the Supreme Court case. I love lemons. Oh my god, me too! No, I mean the lemon test. What is that? Well, let me break it down for you. It all started with Lemon v. Kurtzman, a Supreme Court case in 1971. The question was whether state funding for private religious schools violated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. The Establishment Clause means that government can't create an official religion or do anything that favors one religion over another. Pennsylvania had a law called the Non-Public Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1968. This law allowed the state to use tax money to reimburse private religious schools for things like textbooks and teacher salaries. Some citizens weren't happy about that. They argued that it was unconstitutional for public money to support religious institutions, so they sued. At first, the district court ruled in favor of Pennsylvania's law, saying it didn't violate the First Amendment, but the case was appealed and went all the way to the Supreme Court. In 1971, the Supreme Court ruled against Pennsylvania's law. They decided that using public funds for religious schools violated both the Establishment Clause and the Free Exercise Clause. The Free Exercise Clause protects people's right to practice their religion freely, without government interference. So by funding religious schools, the government was indirectly supporting religion, violating both clauses. To prevent this from happening again, the court created something new, the Lemon Test. The Lemon Test has 3 rules for determining if a government action violates the Establishment Clause. 1. The action must have a primary secular purpose. 2. It cannot advance or inhibit religion. 3. It cannot create excessive government entanglement with religion. If a law or policy fails any of these, it's unconstitutional. This test became an important tool for keeping church and state separate. In fact, the Supreme Court used it in a later case, Edwards v. Aguilins, 1987. In that case, Louisiana passed a law requiring public schools to teach creationism alongside evolution. The court used the Lemon Test to analyze it. Secular purpose? No, the law was intended to promote a religious belief. Advancing or inhibiting religion? Yes, it promoted creationism, which is based on religious doctrine. Excessive entanglement? Yes, the government was directly involving itself in religious teachings. Since the law failed all 3 parts of the Lemon Test, it was struck down as unconstitutional. By 2022, however, the Supreme Court had pretty much abandoned the Lemon Test. In Kennedy v. Bremerton School District, they ruled that instead of using the Lemon Test, courts should look at historical practices to decide if something violates the Establishment Clause. So while the Lemon Test was important for decades, it's mostly gone now. Wow, that's so cool! I didn't know any of that! Of course, I think it's really cool. I love lemons.
Created using Powtoon.